How Diana caught Prince Charles's attention revealed, she touched a deep chord. Princess Diana's royal romance with Prince Charles was sparked by a touching conversation they had about his great-uncle, it has been revealed. Diana touched a deep chord when she spoke to Charles sympathetically about the tragic death of Lord Mountbatten, who was killed by the IRA in 1979, according to royal author Andrew Morton. Charles was very close to his great-uncle and he saw Diana, who he had met before, with new eyes following the heartfelt exchange, the royal biographer said. Mr. Morton explained how the moment between Charles and Diana in July 1980 at the home of Commander Robert Duchess, a friend of Prince Philip, marked the start of their romance. Writing in Diana, in her own words, Mr. Morton said, Diana was seated next to Charles on a bale of hay and, after the usual pleasantries, the conversation moved on to Earl Mountbatten's death and his funeral at Westminster Abbey. In a conversation which she later recalled to friends, Diana told him, "You looked so sad when you walked up the aisle at Lord Mountbatten's funeral. It was the most tragic thing I've ever seen. My heart bled for you when I watched. I thought, it's wrong, you're lonely, you should be with somebody to look after you." Her words touched a deep chord. Charles saw Diana with new eyes. Suddenly, as she later told her friends, she found herself overwhelmed by his enthusiastic attentions. Diana was flattered, flustered and bewildered by the passion she had aroused in a man 12 years her senior. Mr. Morton added, from then on their relationship began to develop. Charles was under high pressure to settle down as he reached his 30s. The prince had previously dated a string of women, including his true love Camilla in the early 1970s. But Camilla had married Andrew Parker Bowles, who she later divorced, in 1973. Months after Charles and Diana's encounter in July 1980, the pair announced their engagement to the world in February 1981. When asked if they were in love during their engagement interview, Diana replied of course, with Charles famously adding whatever in love means. The pair married in a fairy tale ceremony at St. Paul's Cathedral in July 1981. However, Charles and Diana went on to split in 1992. The prince admitted he was not faithful to Diana in a documentary aired in 1994, while Diana discussed their unhappy marriage in an explosive interview with Panorama a year later. The couple divorced in 1996 at the request of the Queen, and Diana died in a tragic Paris car crash in 1997.